Professor Lina. Professor Lina. I thought she was trying to get a question. Okay. Just stay here. Just stay here now. The class is not to start. Yeah, wonderful. Don't speak. Don't speak now.
I think this is by
You tell them to be prepared.
Good afternoon. By 4 o'clock on dot, we are going to start the class. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we will continue from where we stopped last week. CSC 333, Computer Application. My name is Akingbade Michael from Faculty of Computing Science and Engineering. This is the overview of what we are considering today. We're going to look at the definition of business information system, how business firms use information system. We are going to consider basic business system, manufacturing and productions, sales and marketing, human resources, finance and accounting. Our previous knowledge from what we did in previous week, we've been introduced to what is BCD, EBCDIC, IC, compiler, interpreter. BCD, that is binary coded decimal, is a method of representing decimal number where each decimal digit, 0 to 9, is encoded using 4-bit binary bits. That is a nibble. For example, if we are to convert 59 in decimal to binary. We encode it using 4 bits. That's nibble. We convert the 5 directly to binary, as you can see on the board, where we have 5 converted to 0, 1, 0, 1. And we convert the 9 directly to binary using 4 bits. That is 1, 0, 0, 1. Now, we now place the result of the 5 in front and the result of the 9 at the back. So the BCD equivalent of 59 is now 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. That is the previous knowledge from last week in conversion using the binary coded decimal converting system. So we have the second converting code that we were introduced to in previous lecture, which is EBCDIC. That is the extended binary coded decimal information code, which is an enhancement of the basic BCD system that allowed decimal digits to be represented using 8-bit character encoding system, and it was developed by IBM. We also have the ASIC code, the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It's a 7-bit coding scheme. These were discussed extensively by the previous tutor. Today, we want to continue from where we stopped by asking the question, what is data? We all know that data is raw facts or raw materials. It could be numbers, strings of letters with no precise content or meaning. For example, if I mention 70, 70 could be referred to as a raw data if I did not add any meaning to it. What is information? Information is data that has been added meaning to, an organized, meaningful, and useful interpretation of data. The 70 I mentioned in the previous instance, if I said half of the student in this of the student in the class scores 70 in this course, CSC 333. Because I say they score that symbolizes excellent grade, that 70 now becomes information because I have added meaning to it. So data that is organized meaningfully and that is useful, which can be interpreted in a useful way, is called information. A collection of facts organized in such a way that they have added value beyond the value of the facts themselves. If I just type F may not make any meaning. But if I said 10% of the students in this class scored F, that means I have added meaning to the F, which means failure. So a collection of facts organized in such a way that they have added value, that's what we refer to as information. The process of converting data into information, the guideline, the procedure used to select or organize or manipulate data to make it suitable for specific tasks is the one we refer to as the process. Today, we want to consider from the outline business information system. So we want to see, we are talking of business information system. So what is information? We mentioned that, data that has been added meaning to. So what is a system? Components that work together to achieve a goal by accepting input. It will process the input, it will produce output in an organized manner. So today we are talking about data that has been presented, that has been processed, that produce output in an organized manner. So a system is components that work together to achieve a goal. Accepted input, process it, and produce output in an organized manner. These are components of a system. It will take inputs, it will process the raw data that has been input, and it will produce useful information that has been organized. There will be feedback. We can have open system, we can have closed system. A closed system is a standalone system. It's not connected to the outside world. It's closed. No interaction from external or environment. An open system is a system that has interface and interact with other environment. It gets information from other systems. So what is information system? We've defined information and an organized, meaningful, and useful interpretation of data. We have defined system as components that work together to achieve a goal by accepting input, process it, and produce output in an organized manner. So what is information system? Information system is a work system in which activities are devoted to capturing, processing, transmitting, storing, and retrieving, manipulating, and displaying information. These components work together to process data and produce information to help companies solve problems and make decisions. So what is the usefulness of information system? Is to help companies to make meaningful decisions, to solve some problem, and to make decisions that will advance the various companies. Business information system. You have to note the definition because we will want to ask you, what is business information system? A business information system is a computer-based system that supports business function, accounting, marketing, management, and decision-making by transforming raw data into meaningful information, and it's used for planning, for organizing, for directing and controlling business activity. You now see we are saying transforming raw data into meaningful information that will enhance adequate planning for a business organization, that will help the business organization to organize themselves in a better way, that will be used for controlling the business activity. Business information system integrate people, processes, data, and technology to improve the effectiveness and organization performance of the business organization. So that is the usefulness of business information system. It will improve the effectiveness and performance of an organization. So you should remember, it's a system that transforms raw data into meaningful information, and it is used for planning. The components of a computer-based information system. The question we can ask is that, what are the components of a computer-based information system? The computer-based information system is a structured system that uses computer technology to collect, to process, to store, and distribute information to support business operation, for decision-making, and for management. So today we are interested in the dissemination of business information system as a useful tools for collecting, for processing, for disseminating information that will enhance business to make meaningful decisions and to manage their business organization appropriately. It combines hardware, software, data procedure people to facilitate effective business processes. So you have to combine hardware, the software, the database, the network infrastructure, people and procedure to make effective business processes. How business firms use information system. There are various ways in which different business organization uses information system. One of the ways is to support the daily operation, and that is the most common one. You see, every day there are different operations that is going on in different organizations. There is need for automated processing system that will enhance the business organization to function efficiently. So it supports daily operation. Example of such systems are sales processing, payroll. The payroll at the end of the month, all staff will be paid. Inventory control and ordering processes. All the inventory that is entering the organizations, the ordering is being controlled by this system. Example of system that support daily operation is the transaction processing system, which record daily sales and stock level. How business firm use information system. Two, the management decision making. Managers use information systems to generate reports, and that is very good. It makes the work of the managers to be very easy. They analyze performance and forecast trend. You can forecast your sales. Now we're in a December period. You can forecast those that are the kind of products that will be purchased so that they can stock and prepare for uh, uh, effective finance and profit. Number three, strategic planning. Business firm use information system to analyze competitors. They identify market opportunity in order to support long-term planning. Example are decision support system, which help manager to evaluate what if this happen, the next alternative to take. Number four, the ways in which business firm utilizes information system. They use it to improve customer relationship. Firm use system to track customer preference, improve customer service, increase customer loyalty. Example of this type of system is customer relationship management, which stores customer data and interaction history. How business firm use information system. Number five, integrate business processes. Information system connect different departments together. It connects finance to the department with human resources, with productions, and with marketing so that they can synchronize together to move the business forward. System integrate all business function into one system. Number six, enhancing communication and collaboration. Business use information system to enhance communication within the business. They share information quickly, support teamwork, and enable remote work via email, groupware, and collaborating tools. That's how business firm uses information system. And these are basic business system. Basic business system. We have the transaction processing system. This is presented in a pictorial way. the basic business system. So this basic business system that we saw in the previous diagram, they are the transaction processing system, which handle daily business transaction. The management information system that provides structured reports for managers. The decision support system that aids the managers, the company in making useful decisions based on the model and analysis that have been given. Type of business information system. Type of business information system. One of them is enterprise resource planning system, which integrates core business processes across departments. Executive information system that deliver high-level summary and dashboard for executive to check what is happening within the business, to give them a comprehensive summary. The other one is customer relationship management, which is CRM. It manages the customer interaction. So these are summarized in the diagram presented here, the basic business systems. Now, the first one, which is the transaction processing system, they are designed, as I've said before, to handle daily business routine, daily business operation. They record and process large volume of repetitive transactions accurately and efficiently. Transaction processing system, as we have said, they are any business-related exchange that tend to be routine, that is labor-intensive that involve labor-intensive interaction. And I've given the example before, which I'm repeating again, that example are payroll processing system, sales ordering processing, inventory update, and billing system. The transaction processing system form the foundation upon which other business information systems depend, because monitoring day-to-day activities of a business is very, very paramount. So, and other business information systems depend on this transaction processing system. So, this is an example of a transaction processing system that we said it contains, we define data processing and the information. The payroll transaction processing system, we calculate the amount that will be paid to an employee at the end of a week or the month by computing the hours work with the pay rate to generate the payroll processing system. This is a pictorial diagram to show the example. The second one that we have mentioned above is the management information system. This is very useful for the managers because at a glance, the organization will want to see the summary of the occurrence in an organization. So the management information system is used to provide routine information to help managers plan, control, and make decisions. Every manager will want to take adequate and informed decision to help his organization. So they need the management information system that will provide structured routine reports to handle mid-level management to support planning, monitoring, and control activities. Management information system use data generated by transaction processing system to produce summaries such as sales reports, performance reports, inventory status report. These systems help managers to make short to medium time decisions. What is the characteristics of information management information system? There is focus on operational efficiency. It support functional area. It utilizes common database. Standard reports are generated that is used to take informed decision by the organization. Decision support system is used to support decision making. Decision support systems are designed to support complex, non-routine, and semi-structured decision making. They combine data, analytical models, and they use user-friendly interfaces to help managers evaluate different alternatives. Decision support system is commonly used in scenarios such as forecasting, risk analysis, strategic planning, where judgment and analysis are required. What are the characteristics of the decision support systems? One, when the problem is complex, when information is voluminous, when suggestion and you have to compare alternative, it is very good to use a decision support system. The enterprise resource planning. Enterprise resource planning system integrate core business processes such as finance, resources, procurement, manufacturing, supply chain into a unified system. It integrates all the components of the enterprise into a unified system in order to enable timely data sharing across departments, to improve coordination, reduce redundancy, and enhance organization efficiency. The enterprise resource planning improve organization efficiency. We also have customer relationship management, the CRM. The customer relationship management system focus on managing interactions with customer throughout the customer lifecycle. The customer relationship management system support marketing, sales, customer service by storing customer data, tracking interaction, improving customer satisfaction and loyalty. They help organization build long-term customer relationship and increase profitability. Once there is good customer relationship management, you'll be able to retain your customer and there's going to be increased profit to be profitable for the organization. Now, in order to develop this business information system, there are procedures. The activities of creating or modifying existing business system follow the laid down procedure. The system development step. Number one, if there is an existing system, it will be investigated to gain a clear understanding of the problem to be solved or opportunity to be addressed. If there is no existing system, you get the system requirement. Two, system analysis. You define the problem and opportunity of the existing system. Three, the system design. Design how the new system will work to meet the business need defined during the system analysis. Four, the implementation, system implementation. Create or acquire the various system components defined in the design step, assemble them together, and put the new system into operation. 5. System maintenance and review. Check and modify the system continuously in order to meet the changing need of the customer. Now, this is the summary of what I have said in a pictorial form. How business firm uses information system. I have mentioned transaction processing system, management information system, decision support system, enterprise support system. I've mentioned most of those systems. The other one that is included in the diagram here is now the knowledge management system that capture and share organization knowledge for innovation and learning. How business firm use information system. Now, business firm use information system for manufacturing and production system. It is a structural arrangement of resources and process that enable a firm to produce goods in desired quantity and quality and time while minimizing cost. The organizer process through which a business transform raw material, components, or input into finished good or product manufacturing. This system combines people, machine, technology, and information system to effective and cost-effective and high-quality production. The production system, manufacturing, you will need input resources like raw materials, tools like machines, the schedule, the feedback. This is the manufacturing and production system. There are different kinds of manufacturing, there are different kinds of products. So this is just a pictorial diagram to show what are the objectives of manufacturing and production system. For efficiency of resources, for consistent product quality and standard, timely production to meet market demand, reduction of waste and production cost, flexibility to adapt to product or design changes. These are the components of manufacturing and production system. The inputs, as we saw in the previous diagram, raw materials, energy, labor, the production technology, machines, the software, the tools that will be used to make the production management, the workflow, the output, the finished goods or product ready for delivery to the customer, the feedbacks and control, the monitoring system for quality, efficiency, and for improved process. Type of manufacturing system. We have job production, batch production, mass production, and continuous production. In job production, goods are produced in a customized way in small quantity. E.g., when you want to produce furniture, you produce it in small quantity using specialized machinery. Batch production, when you want to produce some items like garments or food, you produce like Coca-Cola, you produce them in batches. But we have mass production. In mass production like automobiles, when you are producing phone or customer electronics, you produce them in large quantity. Or continuous production, example, when you produce for 24 hours, for example, in oil refineries or in cement manufacturing. Says and marketing system. In an organization, it is a coordinated set of tools and strategies and processes that help a business identify the customer needs, promote products, promote services, manage leads, and close sales while tracking performance and customer interactions. What are the objectives of sales and marketing? 1. Identify and target potential customers. Increase sales and revenue. Improve customer satisfaction and loyalty. Enhance market awareness of products and services. Optimize market campaign and resources. Human resources. The department within an organization that is responsible for managing the workflow. This includes recruitment, training, employee engagement, payroll, and compliance with labor law. That is the Department of Human Resources, Finance, and Accounting. The function within a business that manage financial resources, including recording transaction, preparing financial statements, budgeting, investment analysis, risk management, and compliance with accounting standards. There is a special package that is used that we call Statistical Package for Social Scientists. It's a software application used for statistical analysis and data management. It's a statistical software package used for data analysis, management, and presentation in research and decision making. It allows users to enter, manage, and analyze data using a wide range of statistical techniques. Now, SPSS provides a user-friendly graphical interface and produce results in table and chart, making data interpretation easy. Now, what are some of the type of questions that we can ask in this class? Type of questions that can be generated in this class. 1, we expect all students to understand the meaning of BCD code, the meaning of embedded BCD, EBCDIC code. We expect all the students to understand the meaning of ASCII code, the meaning of a compiler. A compiler is a program, it's a computer software that convert high-level program into low-level program all at once. It take an input high-level program, it converts it into low-level program all at once. Apart from compiler, we have what is called interpreter. We expect students, based on previous knowledge, to be able to explain the meaning of interpreter. In summary, when we started, you can read more on binary coded decimal. Some exercises can be given. For instance, if I give you 97 in base 10, convert 97 in base 10 to BCD code. An example has been done that was presented in the beginning of the class. Convert 97 in base 10 to BCD code. The example that was given that is still presented on the screen is 59 to BCD code and extended BCD code. Is there any question from what has been from the lecture so far? So over to the student, if there is any question, I want responses. Any question? If there is question, please type your question so that I can react and respond to the question. Waiting. While waiting for the question, so I have mentioned the students are expected to be able to explain binary coded decimal, extended binary coded decimal, the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, and how it is being used. You have to read beyond what is presented here. This is just an introduction to introduce you to the knowledge. Now, you have to be able to differentiate between data and information. If we have a question in an objective way, you should be able to tell us what you mean when you are saying data is raw fact